Hey love, you got your heart on your sleeve, but the shirt on your back's a bit small. Hey you, yeah, your colors are changing, the world ain't half bad after all. Na 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 na.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Say,
inside?
why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Your
inside?
mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would you
inside?
look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
You know, you can feel it when you look inside. You know, you can feel it, and it's no surprise. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Say, why would you
inside?
look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
understand this world surrounding me, it's easier to focus on problems that we see, we seldom really notice. Responsibility and blame it on the POTUS. And not democracy when the accountability is really ours. Tell me y'all gaining yards if you aren't being the change in the world you wanna see. To add upon it makes you different. Take some time to listen, become an anomaly. Further than your forefathers, fathers that ever fathom. Martin Luther stepping up to combat the dragon. Just imagine what can happen with action. Just imagine what can happen with passion. A flame that burns harder than millions of matches. No power greater than his name, it is matchless. We're going deeper than that typical rapping. So when it's all said and done, this gon' be your medicine. Tell me what you think about me, about me. That is clouding on my mind thinks. I gotta trust the one who bring me through it. The world is darker, bring a light to it. Put a rhyme to it so that you can ride to the music. Use it as a fuel that's residual, metaphysical. Been rhyming since they severed my umbilical. Literal, sentimental for me as I recollect with introspection. Don't understand my blessing, did some dirt and grew from it. I hope I learned my lesson right. Got some new friends, just my rhyming tie. But how can I relate that between you and I? And how can I not talk about the fallen sky? The climate that we're living in is do or die. And somehow all I'm focused on is getting shattered. Things gon' get worse before they get better.
Worth a couple while you still can. Worth a couple while you still can. Worth a couple while you still can.
I'll tell you something that has always bothered me. We claim we love each other but reject humanity. As soon as we establish individual beliefs, we fight each other till we find a common enemy. But we don't see that they are just a product of the same mentality as you and me, but in it different lanes. And who am I to point a finger in your eye and say that you're the problem? You resolve them, really? You're the one who should pay. I don't know who started it, but I just know we need change. We're caught up in a cycle with no sense of refrain. We carry out a vengeance but can't shake the disdain. The inclination of the human heart is deranged. Dang, come to think of it, not much here has changed. The root of all our problems is essentially the same. And while our kids are putting bullets into their brain, the influential talk about their diamonds and chains. Man, it's all too much for me. Still I believe that we gotta hope yet, even if we don't understand it or know yet. Cause everywhere I look I see another sign of the times. And people in the mind are steady seeking divine enlightenment, entitlement inside of the skies of relativity. If you feel me, then open your eyes. Look, revelation to this nation applies. We know it's coming, but we acting surprised. When we see freedom fleeting, meaning belief is depleting, feeding conformity horribly for these guys. So if you find our troubles to be suspect and recognize the fact that we ain't there yet, just know we doomed to die unless we love together. And things don't go get worse before they get better.
Worth a couple while you still can. Worth a couple while you still can. Worth a couple while you still
Yo, what up, guys? Sorry for the delay. How's everyone doing? What we got here? What up, Tarek, Greg, Caesar, Sheriff, Tony, what up, Active, Trick, Tony, Roger, Carrara. I think I butcher your name every day. Rasheen, Marty, Titan, Ryan, TJ, Lewis. What up, what up? You guys didn't miss anything? What up, Zoom? How's it going?
Hi, Paul. Manisha.
How's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Hey, can I send something over to you through, I guess I send it through the chat? It's just me, the AJ on the 1 hour. I was just trying to practice the zones and...
Yeah, send it over. We'll pull that up.
Finally getting the hang of TradingView.
I told you to get it.
It's just so, it's MT4, it's so much. I've been using, like I was saying, just been using Webull for stocks.
Yeah.
And the format of Webull and Robinhood, it's like you're not even trading. It's like you're playing a video game. Or at least the use of it is simple.
Yeah. Oh, the camera looks good today. Look at that. Camera looking real pretty. Wish we could get 1920p, but that's okay. That's okay. GJ cells. Yeah, GJ cells are great. I don't know if I don't know what I called, but I took cells. It worked out. Cells worked out here. Looked better on the 30-minute, and then I got my cells right here, down to here. That was it. And then some buys occurred up here. Or that hit 13 pip risk. Yeah.
How do I put it in the chat if I'm not using Dropbox or OneDrive or Google Drive?
You
Is
shouldn't
that
need
how
it.
you?
No, you don't
just
need you don't need any of that. You just need TradingView. Click the camera. Click copy.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you don't need Google Drive or OneDrive or any of that. Google Drive is just where the where I store the stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I called the long move. Fill the gap in London.
I click publish or
Nope, just the camera and click copy,
Okay.
and then send me the link. That's all.
okay.
Did you find the camera?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, this gap? Yeah, I mean, I believe I said it'll go up or down, so I guess I was right. Going both ways. My mic on? Yeah, okay. So I guess I was right going both ways. Obviously, I couldn't have been wrong if I'd said both directions. But, I mean, it looked more bullish on the higher time frame. And then once London came in, support held, and price pushed up. So, yep. And then that would have been the trade. I missed it, and then I went to bed. And then we've had lots of volume, so. If AJ can do anything. No thoughts on it. Just, I don't think they've called anything yet, but it does, at least right now, according to Bing, it looks like he's up. But it says they both won, so, but like he's right there. He's a little bit of ways. I know this one's like 20 electoral votes, so this will be a big one. He really needed Michigan. Michigan was 15 votes. He needed that one, and Pennsylvania to get it, but I think if he can get these two, I don't know how many votes those ones get, but Pennsylvania's 20, so that'll put him at 234. He's still 30 away though, so I think it's going to be tough.
Did you hear the guy in the United Kingdom? He put down $5 million that in Vegas that Trump won.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. The bet on the president.
Yeah, 5 mil.
I mean, it is 50-50 odds, but AZ might flip. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Probably, Marcel, no, probably no trading in Asian. Maybe in London. London I did this morning and it was fine. But Asian session, we'll see. We'll see.
Some money or something to fill my bank account. But now I know that all I really wanted was to be yours, 'cause you're the one who turned my life around. You're the one who turned my life around. You're the one who turned my life around.
Alright, so
Even when I'm down in the darkness, you call my name out loud. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now.
yeah, I think that makes sense. Just gotta then look for the structure. But the zones are solid. That's your resistance, that's your support. Looks a little rangy right now. Sell target makes perfect sense. If it respects it. Yeah. Again, once gotta see what happens with the structure because you still want to follow those arrows.
Or on AJ on the 15-minute chart, if it were to, or excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. What about gold? If it were to reverse back down off of 1909 on the 15-minute, would that be a sell down to?
Again, you gotta wait for the structure to set up. So when it comes to the zone, that's kind of telling you, are we rejecting or are we gonna push through? But you also need to look for, like we do in the simulation where we're just looking for structure, it's the same thing. So remember, the zones are just kind of like a visual aid of where price could have a reaction. But regardless of what zone we're coming to, we still need to see uptrend or downtrend. So if we're coming into resistance, but we're seeing an uptrend here forming, we're gonna buy support. Or we're gonna let it clear this level and then buy a support once it gets past it. But just because it comes to the zone, bullish or bearish doesn't mean anything. It still needs to be structure, because your zones, if we're going in a downtrend, we break support, right? So if you're coming to a support, as long as we're still making a downtrend, you're probably going to break through support. Regardless, if we close bullish here, the next candle will probably just break through. So it's a little more than just the zones. The zones are just kind of your visual aids of where price may have an issue. But your main focus is still going to be the structure. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So don't overthink on the zones. Structure is going to be your main key to focus on.
Okay.
Hi Ryan. What up? What up? I think if you were gonna sell, you should have entered on this guy right here. But I think spread was probably maybe too high at that point, maybe. Because yeah, now this kind of looks like it's doing this. So your entry should have been here, and then you should have been maybe securing here at 1-to-1, or closing out once it starts to break the high of that little bullish candle, because price is starting to go against you now. So that's what I would say for that. Thank you for the sub, Isan. Appreciate it. Ooh, yeah, UD looks messy. The breaks there. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, the election should probably be finishing up tonight, so I think maybe sitting on our hands tonight is going to be a good play.
I used to watch the families on TV, praying to God that could be me. Why does their life look so easy?
I just gotta finish my food real quick, guys. Just give me a few minutes.
Well, would I get the fam if the money ain't a thing and the holidays were bang? But would I be okay if it never ever changed? We don't let the special moments go and just slip through the clock, cause we know the presents ain't the things hiding in the box. I used to be sad, cause we didn't get a lot, until I learned that you gotta love what you got. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We would exchange gifts only if the funds say we could. But the best gift was seeing everyone healthy and free, so you know I'm good. I would honestly take all of these gifts back, just to have a few people back. My baby niece started walking and she teething. That helps me take solace in this season. We don't let the special moments go and just slip through the clock, cause we know the presents ain't the things hiding in the box. I used to be sad, cause we didn't get a lot, until I learned that you gotta love what you got. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful.
It was in the 1980s. My mom and them had rented a house on Dewey Street in Flint, Michigan, and it had a fireplace. I love fireplaces. It was the holidays. I walked in the house, threw my coat off, sat on the floor, and started singing chestnuts. Oh,
we don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful. We don't have your picture perfect, cookie cutter. No, it's not your usual, but this family's beautiful.
Yeah, just real quick stream. I apologize. I don't mean to start the stream and then just be eating and not and wasting your time, but I do eat before the stream, but I also it just happens to be I either eat at the beginning of the stream when we're not doing anything, or I can eat in the middle when there's more stuff to be doing. So I do apologize, but I do not gonna get big not eating, you know. So what I do, I eat. So I'll be done in a few minutes, and then we'll get this show rolling.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, hat pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. like a seed in a garden. You will grow to be tall, staring out over miles of land without it, but wanting to build up walls. Lift me up in your branches, we can watch the sunrise. Just a couple of bruised up souls that believe that it was worth one more try. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart and spend less time in your head. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart and spend less time in your head.
Alright. Get this party started. Alright, Zoom. We can get rolling. Gyms are opening up. Nice. That'll be great. Chili? No. No. There's a bunch of preservatives in the sauces and stuff. I would say stick to oatmeal, rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and then lean beef, lean chicken, any sort of lean meat. When is it a waterfall? I don't know what you mean by a waterfall, but any idea for the Dow? No, I don't look at the Dow.
Good evening, everybody.
What up, Clay? TJ.
It's not gonna be over tonight, Paul.
No, it's gonna take longer. Figured. You're gonna want carbs. Yeah, so you want carbs at like the proper time, and you want the right carbs. If your metabolism's super good, you're gonna get away with more than someone who doesn't have as good of a metabolism. So, but I mean, you're trying to put on size. I mean, I would say depending on your, just start with like 3 or 4 meals with carbs a day. If you keep losing weight, go to 4 or 5. If you keep losing weight, go to 5 or 6. And just keep doing that till you slowly start to do like, I don't know, half a pound a week, a pound every 2 weeks. And go from there. Like me, my metabolism's insane, so like I can get away with having like little cookies here and there. I can actually get away with a lot more than that, but I like to stay pretty lean when I try to gain weight, so I don't try to eat too bad, but I can get away with a lot because my metabolism is insane.
So not to throw shade on it, Paul, but my brother is pretty high up in the Democratic Party. He hangs out with Obama and Biden, and he says we're about 48 hours from a constitution.
From a what? $48 hours from what?
I didn't catch that either.
Me neither.
Can you guys hear me now? It's breaking up. Could you hear me, Paul?
Yep.
Oh, I was saying my brother said we're about 48 hours from a constitutional crisis because this is going to be fought out in the courts, and the Supreme Court, I think, is ultimately going to decide the election, which is bad. Yep, it's going to be bad. So. Well, they had a van. Supposedly they had a van that showed up with 130,000 votes, and not one of them was for Trump in Philadelphia. That.
Yeah, that's a little sus. Yeah, but barely. I think he lost his mic again. You're good, man.
Did I notice a yawn covering last night? No, I wasn't really looking at too much last night. Not till I got to the charts. But what Harrison and I did discuss this morning on his stream for GJ was yesterday. We go to GJ. TradingView is such a piece of crap. Never wants to load on my PC for whatever reason. But Harrison and I were talking yesterday. GJ went super bullish for whatever reason. And it just didn't make sense because with all the Brexit stuff, you'd think the pound would be in the UK now in another they're like closing down and whatnot in another little COVID thingy, that the pound would be going down. GJ would drop a little bit, but we were talking that maybe because this was kind of before the election or when it was looking like Trump was going to win, and that would be good for the pound if Trump wins because he's willing to work with them with the UK more than Biden is what I have been told. So that would make sense for the pound to go up. And then this was kind of when now Trump's not looking like he's going to get it. So then it kind of comes back to where it was, which is where we were ranging here. So that's kind of what Harrison and I were talking about this morning in terms of why we were so bullish and now why we're kind of coming back. And it seems to, I mean, it makes sense. But there's probably other reasons as well. But from the little bit of information I know, I think that that would make sense why we would go up so bullish and then we would just kind of correct all of it. But
well, I have a question about your chart. How come you have like these like in the background there's like a blue band and then there's like a yellowish band?
Oh yeah, those are the sessions. So here, that's my yep. So this is the Asian session. This is my London session. So like when I scroll back, I know like, all right, on this day I would have been on the chart right here. None of this is important because I wasn't at the chart. Gotcha. Or like this is when I was at the chart for Asia.
How do you set that? Does TradingView let you set that up? How do you do that?
Yep, go to your indicators.
I need to figure that out.
Indicators and session time zones.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you guys know I'm not a fundamental person. I don't do that kind of stuff. But I've been doing a little bit of listening and a little bit of reading and trying to be a little more conscious of everything going on, and that seems to make sense. Could be wrong, but I think if it's good for the pound and good for the UK, that would make sense for the pound to go up. And then when we're kind of coming back into, well, maybe Trump's not going to win, well, that would make sense for us to come down because then that would ideally be bad for the pound. So, but I would definitely ask someone who's very good at fundamentals, who does it on a consistent basis and has been doing the fundamentals longer. Like I said, I know very, very little bits and pieces. I like strictly technical and that works for me, but if we were to wonder why certain things happen, I think that makes sense. Yeah, GJ might just go back into the range it left from. Lower the music. Yeah, I think it is a little loud. Yeah, we'll put it on 3. That's as low as it's going though. If you're new here, we like music when we're on the charts doing nothing, so the music is louder than in the other streams. Where's Davis? Trump doesn't like mail-in ballot. Yeah, I can see why. I could see how that could be tampered with, but do I think they are tampering with it? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, yeah, a lot of uncertainty. Yeah, that too, TJ. There's a lot of room for missing stuff or you could lose stuff. Yeah, that would not be good.
My heart's been ripped wide open. So many mixed emotions. It's like I finally noticed I've been set free. I've been set free. I spent a lifetime running, fearing what I'd become if I stopped.
What's up, Paul?
I
I gotta plan it out first. There might actually be one down the street, but I could find one that's kind of like midway from you and I. And you said this, you have one at anytime, right? You said that you have a pass with a anytime fitness, alright. Is that the one towards like West Atlas or something? Oh, Greenfield. Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay, is it the one by like by the high school? Oh, Oscars. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Also, so it's off of 27th Street.
No, not really, Tides. I mean, just now that I'm finally back in the gym and going consistently and trying to consciously eat enough, I'm just always hungry now. But, like, I might be eating a little more on stream, but I'm gonna try to make sure I eat right before and then try to hold off or maybe have a small snack during and then eat again after. But I'm just starving all the time now. But I think it's because I'm probably burning more calories and metabolism's kind of picking up. So, but no, the CBD vape does not really give me any munchies. It just kind of like chills you out a little bit. Yeah, AUD had really positive news right there. This one's a little higher too. Yeah, that was at 6 and then 6:30. Yeah, it's probably those oatmeal balls. Or if he does a lot of protein bars, that's why he'd be shitting all the time. Might want to delete this. I mean, you maybe could have took a sell here, but it looks like we've really been stuck in this area for a while. So especially with Asian, I think it'd be better to just kind of let it. Now we're kind of moving these 3 candles, right? But I do see that, like, right here we kind of did this. That could have been a play right there. But yeah, I just don't think that would be. I mean, we were kind of stuck in the same area for for 4 candles, and it was kind of right near Tokyo Open. I think it was best to just wait on that one, plus all the other crap we got going on. Doesn't seem like much of a high probability trade. So I think if we can come down like this, as we're kind of doing this, but it's just really choppy. Now we're coming back down here. So this was just up and down. Now ideally we'd want to see a low and then come up and do something like that. Just so then we got some clean traffic to kind of play with to come down. We got a low established. We got clean traffic down to here, so would make sense. Looks like overall we're kind of pushing down, so definitely looks like resistance play over support as of now. Because if we look, resistance 1, resistance 1. This one might have lost a wick 2 out, but resistance here, this one here, 1 again. This resistance would have won, or you could have got break even and then got stopped out at break even. This resistance 1, and then this resistance 1. So I think if we get a little bit of a move down, and then we make another resistance wherever we make it, that would be a good play to sell a resistance here whenever we get one. I think that's our best play. I'm not planning on taking any trades, but they'll kind of look for what could be a move. Just kind of see how the week goes with Asian session. Tokyo Open is now 6 p.m. Central. 7, 6, yeah, 6 p.m. Central. Yeah, plus there was some news, like you said. So maybe that's why you wanted to just wait till after the news. Now the news is over with for AUD, and we're good till GBP in the morning, right at London Open. Hopefully you won that trade. That'd be bad if that went bad.
Hey Paul, can you go to the US 30 for a minute on the 1 hour?
Yep.
There it is right there. On the 1 hour, okay. So I just entered a trade. We had a breakout of this area right here, right? Which was a previous resistance. Then it broke above, pulled back to here, and I just entered a trade here on the US 30 on a buy. So it's kind of, we had the same kind of thing here. We just broke out, pull back. We know it's an uptrend. And so we had a breakout, pull back, and now I'm going to target back up in this area up here or higher for the US 30 buy that I just entered.
I think that makes sense.
The main thing I
should be straight.
I just wanted to show you guys was that breakout and then pull back to that level, right? Previous resistance, and then a move up. So can you go to the 4 hour real quick, just real quick? See if we have anything that. So yeah, the 4 hour, this will be the target. You see the pattern forming on the 4 hour. I don't know what time it is, but that pattern right there is looking really good for. Right there, getting rejected right at a nice level of support, which was previous resistance, and that signal right here. So that's why I entered that. Just
it's not closed though.
That's all right. I cheat sometimes.
Yeah, the 1 hour didn't give it yet.
No, it didn't. I cheated a little bit just because it was a breakout and a pullback. So I did cheat a little bit.
It makes sense though. I do. That should be a respected support. Yep. And now you're breaking above the previous hourly, and you got clean traffic. So I think that looks. I think that makes sense. Only thing I would say is if this comes back and goes bearish, then I would say I would probably look to get out if we started flipping bearish.
Right.
But it does look good. Oh, got you. I remember now, because yeah, it wasn't gonna start till you placed your first trade. That's right. I think you can message them and have them hold. They can like freeze your challenge or whatever for the week. I think somebody said they did that on Monday. Is they messaged them when they didn't. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I never knew they did that till someone said it, but pretty cool if they did. If they don't, then I mean, I don't see why they shouldn't have to. So, but yeah, I thought Wisconsin was gonna be very heavy Trump, but I guess not. I think Biden won. He probably won like Milwaukee and Madison. Where are we at here? Nominee. Declare. Yeah, I mean, those don't seem like the big ones are gonna be like Milwaukee, Madison. If I can even find them.
No matter what, it's a shit show. Sorry for my language, but this whole thing's a shit show. It's just a joke. We can't count.
Can't believe I can't find Milwaukee or.
I thought it was down to the right. That very little blue down to the right, very far right.
Yep.
Down there,
Yep.
way down there.
Yep, Milwaukee. And then Madison would be the other one. That would be.
Where's Rice Lake? Where's Rice Lake at?
I don't even know. I couldn't even find my own freaking city. Rice Lake. I feel like that's gonna be heavy. I feel like that's gonna be a red one.
Well, I don't know what county it's in. That's my problem. I don't know. It's just the town that I was hanging out in for a while.
Here we got Claire. Yeah, I don't know how he won Wisconsin though.
Well, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight it. They're gonna fight it. They're fighting everything, so it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, that's shitty. This just needed to be over with.
Yep. But the markets like it if it's a divided government. Like if it was totally controlled by the Democrats, the markets aren't gonna like that. The markets like checks and balances. So if you have a Democratic president and a Democratic House but a Republican Senate, the markets like that.
Why?
Just because it just makes it so people can't run ramshot on people, right? You can't just ram your own agenda down without any checks and balances. So it's just a checks and balances thing.
Gotcha. So it's not like everyone's on the same side and they disagree with, and they pass everything that person wants to pass.
Yeah. So let's say if Biden wins and then the Democrats have the House and Senate and they want to pass just this crazy agenda that they have, well, the markets aren't going to like that. But if you have one that's not on their side and can kind of say, no, let's negotiate and let's make it a little bit more even, the markets kind of like that stability.
Oh, so that brings stability, whereas if they were both the same, that would be more instability then?
Yeah, because then you can, I mean, if they decided that they want it, like they were talking about making Puerto Rico a state, they were talking about packing the Supreme Court, which is something that's never been done. So there was a really crazy agenda that people thought if they get control of everything, they're going to fundamentally change everything. So it makes it so there's a checks and balances, which is good.
Okay. Good to know. Money, I don't know. It should be there.
That's why you see the markets going up. Like the Dow, that's why it's going up. Is because of that.
Then US 30 should push up as well. Oh,
yeah,
you said
well,
Dow,
I mean,
okay.
if you look at it since election day yesterday, it's been pushing up pretty good.
Yeah, we've had some good bullish sentiments.
We'll see if that continues.
Yeah. Like AJ sells. Still working out from resistance. I'm gonna push this low here. Yeah, I believe so, TJ. GJ. Same thing, yeah. GJ made resistance. So whoever called there was talking about sells on GJ, that 15-minute would have worked out for you. Looks like it hit. You got in here. Let's stop above there. 7. We got a nice 2-to-1 right there. That'd have been a nice quick play. This doesn't look super clean. I think AJ looks a little cleaner. It should trend better throughout the Asian session.
You think AJ is going bullish?
Right now, I think it's bearish.
And I would say the markets are the big prop traders, the big firm traders that are on Wall Street. They're actually sitting there on Wall Street trading. I think those, when we talk about the markets, or those people like Goldman Sachs, or, you know, those kind of brokerages, they like that. That's what I would say when I'm talking about the markets, the big prop firms and traders.
AJ just moves better in Asian session, that's all. So AJ is only for Asian session. It moves similar to GJ, but it moves better in the Asian session. Has more volume and more consistent volume. Because AUD and JPY are both in session, where GJ only the yen is in session in the Asian session. Check EA buys. I think you should send a chart.
Hey, Paul, I've seen some of the messages in the Discord, like, real super early. Like, typically, like, when you're up at, like, 5, 6 a.m., what are you trading? Obviously,
I mean, I'm done at 6 a.m.
You're done at 6 a.m.?
Yeah,
so
I'm
you're
2 to 6.
Trading London?
Yep, 2 to 6 for me.
2 to 6?
Yep.
Is that bedtime?
Yep, 6 a.m. is bedtime. So when you guys message me in the morning and I take 7 hours to reply, it's because I'm sleeping. Yeah, 6 a.m. is when I like to be in bed. So like for trading, if I'm in a trade and 6 o'clock comes, I'm leaving, I'm getting out, closing it. Or if it's close to target, I'm gonna just go break even. It either hits break even or it hits 2 to 1. If it's coming like 5:45, 6 o'clock, and there's a trade setting up, then I don't take it. I wait till that would be a no trade day. Even if one is setting up right at 6, that's still no trade. Call it a day. I'm back the next day. I mean, it's not a strategy, Andrew. It's just structure. You're just trading with the short-term trend with structure. That's it. And yeah, I posted it on Instagram like last week. Nope, no 9 to 5. I mean, streaming sometimes feels like streaming is a job, but doesn't pay like a 9 to 5. But no, just trading, YouTube, coaching. That's it. What made me pick the trade time? That's when I noticed what I like to see happens the most consistently, and it plays out the most consistently with like the highest probability of getting target, getting TP. So I just found my pairs GJ, and I noticed London always moved really good, and then once we got to New York, it kind of got a little fishy. So just kind of looked at when it moved best for what I'm looking for, and that's when it moved best for what I'm looking for. So I made my schedule around that and around streaming, and that's how my day goes. Yeah, those cells would have worked out really nice. Look at that. I'd have been getting close to 3 to 1 right there, maybe even like 4. We'll put the stop here. We'll say 5. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 to 1 there. We did stop here. That's 4. Getting close to 3 to 1 if you hit 12 right there. That would have been a good play. I saw that resistance there, but I think that was right at open was here. That should have been open. Even this one here would have worked, but this one had a better stop loss. Yep, I'd wait for a pullback on the 15. So price is doing this. We want to see this because we want to ideally sell at resistance. So once we come back and make a resistance, wherever that may be, we'll take a sell. Or ideally you would take a sell. I'm not trading today, but that's where you would look to take a trade.
Man, there was some good setups yesterday that London session, but I missed it.
What were you looking at?
I was looking at EU and AU. Like literally right when I went to sleep, that's when the trade happened. I'm like, crap.
Because what time do you go to bed?
So the way I trade is kind of like I like to trade right when London opens.
Mhm.
And then like if I don't see a trade in like the first 30 minutes, I kind of just call it. But if I do, then I place my trade and I just let it run, and then usually it hits TP like 80% of the time. So
Nice.
that's what I've been doing so far.
Those got good risk to reward then too, huh?
Yeah, usually it's like at least like 40 or 50 pips.
Nice.
Free trade.
You're probably looking at least like 3 to 1, 2 to 1 risk to reward.
Yep, usually like around there.
Nice.
Sometimes 5. Like see if I if I were to trade yesterday, it would at least been at least like a 1-5, and that would have been nice.
Yeah, that one trade of the week, one 5 to 1, then you're done for the week. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually I can get at least like 3 of those wins, and then maybe I lose 1, but I'll take that,
Yeah.
And then that's what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks, and it's been working.
Nice. Nice.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry, I was ordering. I don't know if I missed this. I was ordering food. AJ, if you were trading sells at that 74.92 area, that support. So if it's selling off like this, would you have entered a trade at that level?
Nope. I would have entered. If I entered, I would have entered here or here, and that's it. One of
on
those
that big,
two. Either
on
this
the big red candle,
this bearish one or this one.
because of the overall trend.
Yep. Still resistance. Because we're pushing down.
So when it's trending like that, lower lows, and whenever you're looking to ride that trend, that next candle as it starts to reverse, that's when you get in.
Yep. As soon as we change direction and we go back bearish. So like here we created this low down here. Now we have a lower high. Because we're still respecting that previous resistance. And then now look at, we're testing the low. Price is trending down. We broke through support. Just like we do when we're trending down, we break through support. So ideally we need to wait for this to set up. And then we can have another trade. It'll look like that. Whether that comes up to here or here. As long as it respects here, this area, then we're fine.
So when price changes direction again, that last part that you said, as long as it respects that one resistance level, then that's another possible short.
Yep, as long as it respects the previous lower high.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what is significant. What is backtesting? Backtesting is what we do every Friday, Anthony. So if you want to check that out, come to the live stream on Friday. We start at 6 Central, and you'll get a good idea on that. Do you enter on the retest? I don't know what you mean, but as soon as it closes, if I'm selling, once it closes bearish on the 15, that's my entry on the close. Sometimes I wait to try and get on the wick, get a little better risk to reward, a little smaller stop. But as soon as it closes bearish, that is my confirmation. As long as we have clean candles down to the left. So like right here, when we close bearish, we got clean candles down to here. And ideally, this is our low, and we have clean traffic under that. So I'd expect this trend to push through this support, as downtrends do. And once we get resistance, that's your best place. So I did it earlier, but we'll do it again. We sold the resistance. Again, stop loss risk to reward, it's not going to be perfect, but just generally speaking, we sold the resistance here, which we wouldn't because that's the start, but resistance 1. This trade, there is no low to target, so there's no trade there. But ideally, resistance here, this is pretty clear. This trade 1. This one was midday, you definitely wouldn't have even been looking at the chart, but so you lost that one. But this one, if you took a sell once that closed, again, not the greatest trade because your risk to reward is really effed up and you're coming into London or into Asian session. But again, resistance here 1 again too. Resistance here 1. resistance here, and resistance here all one. If you sold resistance anywhere in this area, you did not lose your trade. Unless you put a stupid ass stop loss. But I'm going to assume everyone here knows how to place a fairly intelligent stop loss. If you did that, you won. And the longer you held it, the more you won. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Which way are we going? Up or are we going down? Well, how do we look at it? Are we breaking supports or are we breaking resistances? So let's look at both. Resistance, 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 resistance. Alright, now let's mark our supports. We'll go our supports in blue. Oh, that was not a support, that was a misclick. Alright, so when price comes to these boxes, do we get above here? No. We get lower every time. Look at every box. Every single box is lower. So that means our resistance is printing lower highs, which means we're doing this, right? Because those are lower highs. Right? And supports, what happens? Support there, broken, 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 and broken. So when we're breaking supports, right here, price is making that downtrend structure. So that's how you can tell which one. Just mark up your resistance and your support. Is it breaking through resistance? Is it breaking through support? If it's breaking through both, don't do anything. Then it's just moving like shit and you don't want to do anything. But if it's consistently respecting resistance or consistently respecting support in your most recent price action, trust it. Unless it's moving like shit. That's why we want to see clean candles printed, because then ideally it's going to have an easier time for price to move from one zone to another, or to just create easier kind of structure. So if we look, see how price is kind of moving like crap right here? And then we start to move good, and then guess what? We continue to move good. So like even from here, we moved like shit everywhere right here. So instead of saying, oh, this candle, we're going to move good now, and maybe, or if you let price start moving good, you miss this little tiny breakout, and guess what? You had another opportunity here, here, and here. But when it was moving like crap, instead of trying to catch the initial first time it starts to move good, which you don't know when that'll be, let it start to move clean, and then it'll continue to move clean until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, then you're going to get back in and you're going to see this kind of nonsense. You're going to see candles flipping bullish and bearish just out of nowhere. That's when you would maybe look to get out, secure profit, get break even depending on where your entry is. But like if you got in from here for buys and then you see bearish and then bullish, bullish, bearish, and then you're kind of just doing like, just get out. Let it start moving good again. And then you stay in till it starts moving bad, then get out once it starts moving bad, or get out at your target. Ideally, you want to get out at your target or your proper risk to reward. So that's ideally how you want to do that. Thanks for the sub, Punisher. Appreciate it. What's up, Momo? Was that you talking?
Hi, how are you, man?
What's up?
I'm still in the meeting.
Your mic's cut out. I can't hear anything you're saying.
You can hear me now, bro?
It's a little better.
Okay, sounds good.
Very echoey.
I'm just in the Zoom.
What?
I'm just joining you guys right now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You guys waiting for the candle close above 74.700?
What?
What is the plan?
Nothing. Nope. No trade.
No trade?
No trade today.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Good plan.
Yeah. I know there's election crap to finish up, but it sounds like it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to take a trade, I think on GJ, yeah, wait for a pullback and wait for resistance to form. Gonna be your best play. And looks like looking left. Got clean traffic down to here. So you could say that could be your target if you're coming down. But you don't want to sell here because that would be selling at the low. You need price to kind of pull back, make a resistance, and then you can take a sell. That'd be a much better quality trade.
Got you. Thank you.
Yep. So, usual, let's draw our arrows. When we see a downtrend, see how well people pay attention to the arrows. Do we sell at the yellow arrows, or do we sell at the green arrows? Where's the better place to sell? Red or green or yellow?
Green.
Green? Okay. Perfect. Green, TJ's got it. Alright. Pretty straightforward. We've done this enough. You guys should be able to know this. It should just be annoyingly repetitive. That's good. Trading is extremely repetitive, so get used to it. But still good practice to continue to just constantly keep getting the reps in. So when we're here looking like this and we see this, we know we want to wait for this up top. So when we see this here with our little drawing, we should have sold here. This would be where we're looking to kind of secure profit, maybe leave a runner, and then maybe add or take an entry once that happens. And then once we get down here again at the low, secure profits, go break even, leave runners. That's what we should be looking at. If it's consolidating, then you wait. So if it's consolidating, like this, right? And we'll say our zones, resistance, support, and then we wait for this or for this. And that's kind of what you look at. I don't even draw zones when I trade. The only reason I put zones on the chart is for the live stream. When I trade, I glance over the higher time frames. But ideally, I just like to focus on where the 15-minute direction is and just trust that if it's making lower lows, lower highs, it should break support. If it starts to act a little funky at support, then I'll manage it. But ideally, I would expect lower lows or lower highs to break through supports and higher highs, higher lows to break through resistance. It doesn't matter if it's a 15-minute zone, a 4-hour zone, a daily zone. If we're continuing in that sort of like trend, then it should break. That's it. That's it. If we're going to continue to make lower lows and lower highs, we're going to break support, whether it's 1 minute, 5 minute, daily, 4-hour, hourly, does not matter. But it could change directions. It could hold support and continue and start to go the other way, but you're going to get plenty of time on almost every trade. Sometimes it does just kind of like rip and change directions out of nowhere, but consistently over time, that's not going to happen every single trade you take. If it does, you're probably doing something wrong. But you'll get plenty of time to manage it, maybe secure, maybe get break even. So there's plenty of opportunity to do that. Like you see how here we came to support. This one here, we could say if we start breaking this high or getting back near entry, we can go break even. Otherwise, we're just going to trust that the structure should continue through the low, make a lower low, and then we'll come get our lower high. Yep, 15-minute works best for me on GJ in London. That's what I figured out. Nope, no. Motorheads, I would not. Like I said, I had my perfect textbook setup on GJ. yesterday, right here, absolutely perfect, and I missed it. And then my trading time, I had about 45 minutes. I knew I was gonna need 2 or 3 candles to get a trade. I just called it 45 minutes early, because that's the trade I should have been in. I wasn't, so I missed my trade. That's it. Got a chart to pull up. That's where your mindset's gonna be very important, to make sure that that is on point when you're trading, because if you miss your trade, you could want to get in and go get a trade. But you don't want to be going to get trades. You want to just be waiting for your setup. If you miss it and it's almost time to be done, then just be done. You'll see your setup tomorrow, and hopefully you'll have learned from yesterday and you'll capitalize. I think your stop loss makes sense on here, but I feel like you're kind of selling the low. I feel like there's a better trade once it pulls back up. Because if we draw your arrows, granted, candles are moving a little messier and not as perfect as these arrows, but we have that and we have this. So I would prefer this to do this and then kind of do that. And then you get in there. Otherwise, you should have sold that bearish candle up there. If you believed sells were the move, this bearish candle should have been good enough for you to take a sell. Because now you're just compromising your risk to reward by getting in kind of at the low. Because more than likely, price is going to come down a little bit, and then it's going to start to make another lower high and then come back down.
Where you have the green arrow, that top arrow, the resistance, that first red candle, you would wait for that time frame, that whole candle to be complete, and or would you get in as it's reversing in before that candle's finished?
Say that again.
That last bit of resistance when I was reversing.
Right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Would you wait for that candle to complete and then get in the next red one, or would you be once it went lower than that green candle to the left of it? Is that when you would have entered?
As soon as this one closed, I would have entered, but I would have been looking at the 15-minute. So my entry would probably have been, if I was selling, my entry would have been on this bearish one here. Yep. But this looks really messy. That's why I didn't do anything. Plus, I'm not doing anything today. But if this were like clean traffic, like let's say this candle closed bearish and then we just kind of fell down, that would have been better. Because yeah, now selling once you break under here, there's a better chance you're going to get a pullback first than price to just fall 2 to 1 without making a lower high. Because if you get in down here, you got in once we closed under support. Let's say you put your stop here above resistance where it should be, because there's no resistance here yet. There's a previous support where we might get a resistance, but we haven't got that yet. So let's just say you put it here, 23 pips. To even get 1 to 1, price needs to fall to here to get 1 to 1. You really think it's going to fall that far without making another lower high? Probably not. That's going to be a long, stressful, annoying trade. Plus it's Asian. You're selling the low. I think that is I think your entry should have been up top. I mean, if you put it above your previous 15, yeah. If you get lucky and you get a resistance to form under this candle, yeah, that works. But I think you're better off waiting for it to come up and make a resistance than trying to anticipate a resistance being formed here. Ideally, that is where it should form, is somewhere in this general area, but it doesn't have to. It could form up under here, respect this, and then come down. Because the odds of it just falling 1 to 2, or 1 to 1, or 1 to 2 are going to be lower than it coming up first and then doing that. But it could, it's just, you want to look at your trades long term. Over time, are you consistently going to get price to fall 2 to 1 every time if you sell at the low? Probably not. Or they're going to all be very long, stressful, annoying trades. Thank you for the sub, Jay. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, not to kind of put you on blast like that, Ali, but Ali. Apologize if I butchered it. Sure I did, but I think if you trusted sells down here, why didn't you trust them up here where you should have entered. Or like, why didn't, when this one closed under support here, why didn't you trust it to get down here? Because then you could have got in here, you could have maybe secured something and got break even already. You know what I mean? And it doesn't look like it's not going to play out, but it looks like it could have played out better from the top. Because now your risk to reward is, if you're entering here, like I said, it's 29. You need so we'll say 17 pips. You need price to fall down to here, maybe even like 30, 34. So yeah, you need price to come to about that far for 2 to 1. Oh no, I did that wrong because you got in here. So yeah, it would be 30. So you need 60. So for 2 to 1, you need price to come here. But draw that out. So for 2 to 1, you need price to come down to there. But if you trust that bearish candle, I think you should have trusted this one. And then you only need, same stop loss, you only need price to come to there. Do you see the difference there? In that risk to reward, here to here. Same stop loss, but this is 2 to 1, or this is 2 to 1, and we have clean traffic down to this line too. So you'd put your stop above resistance, whatever that is, 10, 20, whatever. Like this one here, it's a 17 pip stop. This other one, you got a 30 pip stop. As long as it's above resistance, if you're selling, that's what you want. So if you are entering here, not wrong, but I think it could have been better from the top. So you could have maybe gone break even or secured by here, and then your target would just be here. And there's 2 to 1 right there. You could even get 1.5 to 1, like right there, which is still good. Same thing on here, like, do we sell here? We gotta wait for it to come back up, and we can sell. Yep, you're welcome. Alright, what to sell him? Pull this up. Yeah, Anthony, we'll cover that in a second. So you're looking for closes above or below, right? Show him, that's what you're looking for? Alright, I'm gonna assume yes. I think that looks good there. Coming down, looks like I think there's clean traffic underneath, so that would be good too. But again, same thing. I'm assuming since you're looking for a close above or below, you're not really concerned with the trend, which is okay and also not okay. I think sells are going to be a better play. But yeah, see what happens when you get to your level. Not a ton of information here for me to really kind of figure out what you're looking at. So maybe send one with some little text bubbles, or turn your mic on so I can kind of figure out what you're looking at, because that's really going to determine what kind of feedback we're kind of looking at. The clean traffic, it's just, so when you're looking at candles, you see how these are bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, like we're just going back and forth. But here, like bullish, 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 and then we change directions here. That's clean traffic right there. That's what we want. Same thing here, underneath here. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Now we change directions, so something down there. That's what you're looking at. Candles moving and not flipping. So if candles are all coming bearish, you got clean traffic all going bullish. Clean traffic, like right here, clean traffic. These bullish, bearish candles down, clean traffic up. A little messy at open, and then we came down clean. That's all you're looking at. But when they just start flipping back and forth, like this or like this, and they're just going back and forth for no reason, That's not clean traffic. That's not what you want to look for. You want them to be in unison and just kind of flowing together. That would be best. Hopefully that helps.
Hey Paul, so pretty much when the candle starts to move clean like that, that's when you start to look for trades, kind of.
What's up?
So pretty much when the candle starts to move more clean like that, that's when you try to look for trades.
Yep.
If they come up.
Yep. When they're moving really clean, that's when I like to take trades.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah. No, there's no sells on AJ here. You gotta wait for it to come up and make a resistance. If it doesn't make a resistance and it breaks here, then there's no sells, then you wait for buys. So yeah, you're right, there's no sells here. The sells were up here. No sells here. That's a bad choice. 4 hour does look to be having more bullish structure, so maybe wait for the 15-minute to start printing some bullish structure, which then would need to do this and kind of cancel out what we're doing right now. So we're kind of doing this on the smaller time frames. The higher time frames going the other way, so maybe you want to wait for this to start happening on the smaller time frame to then go with the higher time frame. Remember, these smaller time frames make up the bigger time frame. So if the smaller time frame is doing the downtrend and the higher time frame is doing the uptrend, wait for the uptrend if that's what you want to do. If it doesn't happen and you continue to get this downtrend, then I would say really focus on what's happening right now instead of what you think is going to be, maybe possibly happening.
Down the wrong road, and I've been all alone, drinking whiskey at the bottle, honey trying to drown all these sorrows. Only thing that I know, if it glitters, it ain't gold. I just let my heart break and trade that for a good song.
She fake a pretty smile. All the breaks that we be taking make it seem like it done been a while. Never mind, we sleeping with our past ghosts. Ask those on that road, how long this pain it lasts for? I don't know, but that ain't new to me. Usually I
Breakout with trend? No, I don't trade breakouts. I just trade structure and support and resistance with whatever the 15-minute is trending. Whichever way the 15 is going is the way I'm going to look to take my trade. How's gold looking like? Gold looks bullish, obviously right now. For higher time frames are still bullish as well. 4 hour looks a little messy. Got some resistance up here that's pretty, seems to be pretty significant level. Looks like it's kind of held here. Here it was support here. Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, and now resistance again. So I'd say wait till London, or see how this 4 hour closes in 40 minutes, and then maybe look to see if there's anything on the 1 hour or the 30-minute. Yeah, I would say nothing on gold right now. It looks, especially the 30-minute. 30-minute looks really messy. 15-minute doesn't look great either. So break and retest. Nope. Could be. I don't. If you're, it could be a break and retest. I don't trade break and retest, so Not sure what would qualify as a break and a retest for you, or what time frame, or even what chart you're looking at. So I have no idea.
That's how I trade sometimes.
Breakouts.
Yeah, breakouts and break and retest.
Yeah,
So
they both work really good. They both work really
yeah.
good. I just visualize the structure better.
Right.
That's all, and that's all you gotta find out. Like, you found out that works for you. I found out what works for me. Everyone else will find out what works for them. So that's all it is.
Yep. And then like if I do miss the breakout, then I just follow your strategy.
The structure.
Look for like and then look for structure.
Yeah.
And see if it happens, and then if it's like if the R&R is good enough, I'll do it. But if not, then I just leave it.
Oh, that's what it should be. If you don't like it, don't take it. Exactly. Yep, you're welcome, Jay. No worries. Yeah, it could do that, Bryant. I think that makes sense. Got a little more room up to push.
Yeah, if AJ or AU looks good, I might place a trade.
If we get a nice pullback and get resistance, I mean, I wouldn't get it. You're trying to explain my strategy? Oh yeah, I mean, my strategy's not break and retest though. Sometimes it does line up like that, but just support and resistance with the trend. That's it. Getting gold lately is suicide. Yeah, everything's just really wild. A little sporadic this week. Like yesterday, we had this kind of stuff go on, so looks like it moved good here. And now it's kind of just coming back up to that high. I mean, GJ was fine this morning in London session. Yep. GJ would need to pull back and make a resistance for a sell. Kind of the same thing we're looking at on AJ. A falling wedge on GJ. Yeah.
Hello, Cole. How are you, bro?
Yo, what up, Sammy?
All good, man. All good.
Lovely.
How's your day been?
Good. One trade, one win. No trades for Asian.
Same.
The day has been great. Got up on time. Already 4 meals deep. A good day.
Yeah.
How about you? Good day?
Yeah. Low my risk today. Still got a 2.5 to 1, which was
2.5 to 1. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, mine fell mine would have fell 3 to 1, but I just took 1 to 1. Just it was a little over 1 to 1, just because I wanted to just get out right away.
Yeah, GJ just dumped.
Yeah.
Like when I entered, the next 30-minute candle dumped about 30 pips, 35, 40 pips within 20 minutes.
Yeah. It was moving quick.
Yeah.
Mhm. No worries, Tommy. No worries. Yeah, I think London volume should bring in some better opportunity. I mean, there's definitely some trades in Asia we could have taken, but with everything going on and all the news we got tomorrow, I think it's just safer to, especially this week, it's just safer to just kind of just chill out in Asian for this week. We'll still just continue to get the reps in on what we should be doing, and then next week when we see what we should be doing, we should be able to just continue to capitalize on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, Sammy, so you wanna, now that you're here, you got a few minutes to kind of tell everyone your story? I think that'd be a pretty good thing if you got some time to inspire some peeps.
Yep. Easy, yeah. My story. Give us a second, bro. Okay, sorry about that.
Are you good?
Someone come in the room. Where shall I start from? It's been quite a long journey. And I don't want to take a lot of your time, you know.
Oh no, we still got a hot minute. We got another hour, so I mean, the floor is yours. I mean, I'd say maybe
Okay.
keep it. I'd say like no more than like 20 minutes max. But
Yeah.
I feel like even talking that long would be a lot. But I mean, whatever you want to share
Yeah.
that you think is helpful.
I'll go through it briefly. The way I started, well, the way I was introduced to the Forex game was through Forex signals, you know, which was really bad. I didn't know anything about Forex. Yeah, and then I think last year I come across Wix Don't Lie. Someone that trades live, crazy. Then you joined your group, and that changed everything for me. Joining your group was a game changer. Before the group, I was profiting 3 to 4% a week. Now I'm making 14 to 15% a week.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, even this week, I'm up already 12%.
But like, what was it? Because obviously, just joining the group, you didn't just join the group and poof, you made money, right? Like,
yeah.
What was it that you think helped the most?
I stopped overtrading. I think when I first got into the game, I was placing 6 to 7, maybe 8 trades a day, which was a big obstacle for me. I only got over that maybe sometime this year, probably May, June time. I got over that barrier. Now I'm taking 1 trade a day, and I'm very, very happy. You know, now I'm going on like I'm not taking a loss for 2 weeks just by taking 1 trade a day. I think my last loss was on a Friday, and I think I've cut Friday off now. I'm not even trading on Friday. A lot of my losses was coming in the New York session, and I cut that off for about 3-4 weeks now. I've not traded the NY session. Over-risking is still a little barrier. Like every 2 to 3 weeks, I do tend to over-risk sometimes, but I'm getting better at that as well. So.
But you don't overtrade, so it doesn't like ruin anything you built.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
Good. Someone in the chat says biggest ups and downs in the game.
I'm not even on the YouTube because I'm on my phone.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, this is Pipstar speaking, Motorheads. The GOAT.
You're the GOAT, bro. You're the GOAT.
The prodigy.
Everyone in the YouTube chat, make sure you join the group. It's a game changer.
But why though? But why? I appreciate the marketing and it's an amazing sales pitch. I love where you're going. But let's give some reasons then. Like, what is it about the group that helped?
There's so many positive people that can help. You know, you reach out and everyone gets back to you. You know, okay, I'll put it this way: don't join the group if you're just gonna stay quiet, because you're not gonna get anywhere. If you join the group and you don't ask questions, you don't admit to your wrongs, then there's no point joining any group, whether that be Paul's group, Rakil's group, or Monty's group, and there's many more groups. If you're not gonna ask for help or you're not gonna engage with your mentor week in, week out, then there's no point. You're just wasting money. But if you're willing to join the group and engage and talk and try your 100% best, then yeah. The reason why I'm saying join Paul's group is because, well, for me, there's a lot of people that I relate to in the group, whether that be you, Gurja, Sharma, Harrison, Hervan, France. There's a lot of people in the group that I relate to. So
There's a lot of like-minded people to bounce
and
ideas
even
off of and whatnot.
and yeah, and even before joining the group, I was joining the YouTube streams, yours, Rakil's, and Monty's. I was joining all three of them, and I got how do I word this? I got the best experience watching yours, to put it that way. Right, I gained a lot more help from you, you know, a lot more advice and a lot more guidance, let's just say, you know, from your group. So that's why I decided to take the mentorship.
Gotcha. Worked out for you. Freaking
Yeah.
crushing goals over here.
Yeah, I think what changed it for me is taking one trade a day now. One trade. And for me, it's the psychology behind me overtrading. I think I told you this, but I'll just say it for everyone. It was deleting TradingView, MT5 and MT4 off my phone, because your phone is always on you, you know, but your computer yourself's not. I gotta go up to the attic to go check the charts again, you know, which I never do, other than, you know, my trading time.
100%.
So let's say my trading time is 7 to 12. That's the only time I'm at my laptop. After that, I don't go back upstairs. I don't go back on it. I do go back upstairs, but I don't go back on the laptop. But when I had the applications on my phone, I would be in the gym and just doing some stupid analysis because I'm not 100% focused. Whereas when you're at the laptop and you're within your trading hours, you are 110% focused. You know, you got nothing else on your mind. When you're at the gym, there's a lot of things on your mind. When you're in your car, you're driving, you're waiting for someone. A lot of things are when you're with your friends eating, you are not 100% there. So yeah, that helped me. I don't know if it'll help anyone else, but you know, if it does, I would highly suggest doing that. If you're overtrading, you still have the problem of overtrading. That helped me a lot.
I think that hurts a lot of people.
Yeah.
Beautiful story. Thank you for sharing. A little promotion. Appreciate it. But
no problem.
You still did the work, so.
Paul never takes credit. He doesn't not much.
No.
He
No.
wants.
I can't.
You can. You should. You should.
No.
And a lot of people can speak with me on this. When everyone else is on the group, like Harrison, Gurjat, Sharma, Clay, Andy, a lot of people will agree with me, I think.
I think they would, but it just doesn't. You know, I didn't take the trades for you. I didn't stay disciplined. Like, I didn't tell you or physically make you and close your trades so you'd stay disciplined. Like, you had to do all that. I just kind of shared information that I learned and just gave you my perspective on things you're going through. Made it personal, and everything else was on you. But
Yeah,
it's super cool to see. Especially this week, I've gotten, I think, 3 or 4 messages that are really, really good, where people are just joining and things are clicking incredibly fast, or people have been in for a while and it's starting to click now, and all the one-on-one sessions and all the constant repetition of the same thing over and over again finally clicking. So it's really cool to see, and I think you're helping that too. Just to...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Jamie. Not a bad idea. Yeah. Not a bad idea. I have it on my phone too, but I never really... I don't trade from my phone because I can't use my magic keys. So...
Oh, yes.
I check it on my phone when it's coming close to my trading time. Like, oh, how are we setting up? How's the volume? Or like, oh, like what would have happened to that trade? Like, where did it end up going down? Did it turn around? Did I kind of get out at the right time? But I never take it on my phone because I don't have my magic keys, and I don't like doing like mental math. Like, okay, 10 pips stop. This is account size. This is trade size. Like, I just rather let magic keys do it. So I never do phone stuff. Playlist is just some copyright-free music that we got the luxury of having. Favorite setup: lower highs, higher lows.
Yeah, and I remember, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, I was in a trade and I think I got out 2-1. And 4 or 5 hours later, someone messaged me on Instagram, "You could have left it another try." I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't even look back at the charts. I don't know what it's at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
just gotta stay disciplined just to succeed at this game, you know?
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to take as long, but it can.
Yeah.
It can definitely be sped up when you're surrounded by the right people. But I don't know.
Yeah.
My favorite analogy was, I think Rakeel told me in the very, like, a year or so ago, a year or longer ago. He was like, trading's like, if it's gonna be your career, like, your career is your job, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go to work, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, let's say those are your hours, right? When you leave work at 5 o'clock on Friday, are you thinking about work over the weekend? Probably not, right? Because
No,
work is over. You're going to live your life now. Same thing here. You come to charge to work. When work is done, you go live your life. That's it. It's the same thing. So, like, when your trade is done, if you won, you made money. Who cares what else happened? Who cares what you could have done? You could have made $300 billion. You could have lost everything and had to go get a job. Like, so that was always my favorite analogy. Was if you want it to be a job, you gotta treat it like a job. It means when you're done with work, you stop working. You go do other stuff.
Yeah. Like, I know people that have become full time and 2 years later gone back to a 9 to 5. So
yeah, some people just don't like it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yep. How long ago did Pipstar start with me? Sammy, when did you start with me? It hasn't been too long. I think it's been a few months, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's 2 months.
2 or 3?
2-3 months. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so about 2 or 3.
Not very long.
Yeah, but it's different for everyone. So Sammy had a pretty good background before he was in the group. He just had a few adjustments and accountability stuff that needed to be put in check, and that's it. And then he was fine. It's different for everyone. There's people who have been in the group since the beginning, and we're still working on it. We're still learning. That's okay. Everyone learns at their own pace. So it's you can't judge it based on, like, oh yeah, if one person joined your group and they went full time in a week, okay, maybe. But that's not telling you that 3 years previous they've been grinding every single day for 3 years, and then they happen to come into the group. We fixed a few things. Now they're good. That doesn't mean that they went full time in 1 week in the group. That's not what that means. So you gotta be kind of biased when you look at it, because it's gonna vary person to person.
Yeah.
You're gonna say something?
I was gonna say,
are you just agreeing?
Like, I don't want people to think, oh, I joined the group 3 months ago and I become full time in 3 months. It was a
long
3
journey.
years of patience, you know.
Yep.
3 years is a process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you see Andrew's comment.
Is it on YouTube?
Yep. Yeah, he said 12 to 15% a week. That's the ROI at the stock market is 10% a year. My main barrier to overcome was overtrading and over risking. So, like, I'd have like 3 or 4 good days in a row, and then I would up my risk or double my risk or triple my risk because my account grew, and then I would lose that trade, which cancels out all the progress I made, and then it was just a constant battle of that. And then eventually I just realized what I needed to do, and I just said, like, okay, I'm gonna do this and see what happens, because I'm not gonna know till I do it. So once I stopped over trading and over risking, then things started to click. But
I want to ask you, what is your number one rule in trading? Like, what's your number one?
Number one rule?
Yeah.
Like in terms of taking a trade, being in a trade, or just in general?
Just in general, like just in general.
I would say most importantly is it's not a rule, but I think it's like your mental state. Like if I'm not in a good mental state, I won't come to the charts because I'm not going to trade good. And I know when I am in a mental state and I come to the charts, very consistent and I'm very disciplined. Win or lose, I am closing the charts and that's it. So, where would I have entered here on AJ? Nowhere. No trade. No trade. Price didn't pull back at all. Price just kind of made a bottom. Now it's pushing a low. Yeah, no trade there. But I mean, besides like your mental state, your discipline. You need to be disciplined, and I mean, I think one trade a day is really, really good. I do much better with one trade a day than 1 to 2. Much better. And then you need to be disciplined to risk management. So discipline in every aspect.
Yeah, I think that myself because you know the your 1-to-1 we had.
Yep.
I don't know when it was 3 days ago, and I told you 2 weeks ago, not last week, the week before that. I took 12-13 trades and I come out with 2% that week, and the week after I took 4 trades and come out with 14%.
Because they're better quality trades too.
Yeah, and that was one trade a day, Monday to Thursday. I didn't trade on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know why a lot of people in this industry have this concept that if you take more trades, you're gonna be more profitable. It's a false analogy. You know what I mean? You just gotta stick to quality. You can take 3 quality trades and it'll be better than taking a 20 trade week, you know?
Yeah, it could be like friends. Do you want 100 fake friends or 2 real friends?
Yes, yeah.
Because when your car breaks down in the middle of the night, who's coming to get you? Yeah, that's possible. Demon. It's probably Demon. But yeah, like Harrison and like I said earlier at the beginning, we discussed on Harrison's stream why we thought DJ went up and then why we think it came down. So whether we did that right in the beginning, if you want to rewind and check that out, it's pretty much what you said, but we think Trump kind of seemed to be, people thought he would be the winner in the beginning. We still don't know, but it looked better then than it does now. So that might have been why the pound got stronger. And then as the election started to unfold, it was looking less and less good. So then the pound kind of corrected that move up it made. What up, Garzat? Been going off. 2 trades today were so nice. I only took 1, unless you're talking about something on here, just like what we discussed, maybe. Otherwise, you need to get on Zoom, brother. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the sub, Andrew. Appreciate it. BNKT, thank you for the sub. How do you choose how many bars you want on your screen? I don't know what you mean. Like how many like candlesticks? I mean, for me to see that sells made sense right here, all I needed to see was this information right here. So, but it's different for everyone. It doesn't, like I said, that's not going to be important in terms of, so like if you put this many bars on your chart and you trade at 90%, or you put this many bars on your chart, doesn't matter. Finding what works for you is what's going to matter. But typically, I like to just kind of see, I don't know, maybe the past few hours, past couple hours, however many hours this would be. Yeah, like the last 4-hour candle maybe. That kind of gave me an idea on where this next 4-hour would go. Yeah, Jay, just message me on Instagram. Usually we don't do, I don't like to promote or talk about that on the live stream, but Hipstar wanted to show some appreciation, I suppose. But yeah, if you have questions, message me on Instagram. It's on the bottom right. I can answer any questions, and then otherwise the website is pretty straightforward. Yeah, nice job, Ali. Nice job. You lost 7 for 9. You're only down 0.4. That is incredible risk management. Very, very nice. Oh, the 2 you won were closed early. Yeah, but that's okay. So if you look at that, if you win 2 out of 9, that's an extremely, that's a low win rate. And you would expect, if the numbers lined up, that you should be losing much more than 0.4% because you're probably risking 1%. 1 to 2, maybe 0.5%. Even if you're risking 0.5%, losing 7, winning 2, unless you have like 10 to 1 risk to reward, 5 to 1 risk to reward, I'm assuming you don't, that number should be much, much greater. So the fact that you can manage your trades that well is very, very good. So yeah, like you said, 1 trade, you're in profit. And remember, if you have good risk to reward, let's say if you win a trade at 2 to 1, you make $500. If you win 1 trade, you're up probably $750. If you're down 0.4, that's beautiful. That's a perfect week. Yep, sounds good, Jay. I'll get back to you after the live stream, or if I end up needing a restroom break, I'll shoot you a message. But once the stream's over, we'll get to all that. Like I said earlier, guys, no trades for me today. Nobody sent in any charts, so we haven't had a ton of chart talk today. I understand that. But remember, there's more that goes into trading than just looking at this chart. Your mindset and your mental being a very big part of being able to do this consistently long term. I don't see anything on gold. We went over gold, nothing. DJ is kind of ranging out right now. Nothing. AJ doing the same thing, nothing. There's no expansion in these candles, which is what we want to see.
Yeah, it's pretty slow right now.
Yeah.
I was hoping for AJ to at least like make a move or something.
Yeah, I was hoping it would pull up and then come down, but it just ended up kind of ranging still. And it looks like we're kind of getting stuck in this little support here.
This is zone. Yeah.
So
I have that. Yeah, I had that area as a support for on my chart, so I just kind of like stuck there.
Yeah, and we had previous kind of support here, resistance here. Now we're maybe making resistance, but this is just too rangy. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't like drawing. I don't like drawing zones on it. It makes me kind of like overthink things. So it's just completely nothing. I know when I'm supposed to be at the chart, and I know what I need to see, and that's it.
Yeah, for me, it like helps me kind of like see where like price is moving. So that helps me a little bit.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, no worries, Ali. No worries. It happens. It was gonna be a tough week, so the fact that you managed it that well is a win. So I would say we're going 7 for 9 or 2 for 9 with only losing 0.4. That's a win, bro. That's a win. That's incredible. Thank you, Gregory. Appreciate the sub. PUBG Mobile. I should say Warzone Mobile, but I won't judge you too hard.
Yeah, I need like at least like 2 more wins.
You don't need 2 wins, but you probably like 2 wins.
Yeah, true. Because like I'm trying to hit my 1K profit mark, and that would be like a great milestone. So if I could hit that, that'd be great.
As long as you don't force a trade to get there, I think you'll be fine.
Yep. I don't force that. I'm pretty like when I first started, like I was like everything that Sam was talking about, I was going to do all that. So like now I'm like a bit more chill, and that's been working out. I thought the charge would like maybe kind of be a bit crazy like the way it was yesterday, but it seems pretty normal today.
Yeah, just
Okay.
slow like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was like a London session, then Asian session.
Yeah, it was incredibly volatile.
Yeah, like one of my guy, he was like winning like all these big trades. I'm like, holy cow, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's
why I just watched.
Yeah, it was moving up and down like 50 pips like every hour. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
It was cool though.
It looked fun, but I feel like it would have been very nerve-wracking being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, that doesn't sound fun. Does not sound fun. Sounds fun now, but that does not sound fun in the beginning. You should have told your friends, if you lose it, you lose it. That's the risk. Because they basically got a risk-free investment. Which usually is not a thing. I think I'm the only Asian session stream. There might be one other one, but I don't know if anyone does, if there's any other active Asian session streams.
You're like the main one, dude.
The main, oh,
I
yeah,
remember Wicks Don't Lie told me about you.
Yeah.
I was always watching their stream early morning, and this wasn't working for me because I don't get off work until 5.
Gotcha.
He
Yeah.
gave you a shout out.
Yeah, he's very great mentor. Even though we don't talk like we used to. I think he still got my back like he did when I was learning. Gave me a really nice jump start on YouTube, so that was super grateful for that. That's why I still send his group the call so they can come join us, because once my YouTube started blowing up, like I wanted to like show appreciation and give back to him somehow, and he just like giving again, like always, his way for me to give back to him was to give back to his group, not even to him. Like he doesn't even come to these, so I mean even then, like it's just,
yeah,
cares about other people. It's really cool. Urzai, you're gonna catch the hands, bro. Don't make me come down to Canada. Fucking Canadians, man, I swear. Who did I start learning from? In the very beginning, I learned from D. Gibby, good friend still. And then I started learning from Wicks Don't Lie, and learned a lot of what I know now from him. So, and him and Ted and Monty, kind of all combined. And then as I kind of started doing my own thing, just been kind of figuring out what works for me, what doesn't work for me, but still sticking to kind of that base that they helped me establish in terms of not over trading, discipline, risk management, stuff like that. But still, you got to figure out what works for you regardless. So, no matter how successful someone is, you still got to figure out what's going to make you successful. So, once I kind of started doing my own thing, I had to figure that out, and I think I have. But still follow that base that was established, and really good support system there as well. Bunch of good people. That was about a year in. I mean, I was saying I could do it consistently from day one, but took about a year. I make much more in London. Asian session, I'm very selective with my trades. If you show up here every day, you're gonna notice I don't trade every day. We discuss trades that look very good, but if I'm up for the day from London, it's got to be really, really perfect, and the timing has to be perfect as well. So again, if you're here, you know anything near Tokyo Open, I'm not touching it till after. So If it sets up really perfect, right at Tokyo Open, conditions are not met, there's no trading. Difference between strategy and mindset. No difference in strategy, same exact thing. Except in Asian, I'm anticipating less volume than in London session, which means cleaner, smoother trades, quicker trades. Asian session is going to be a little slower. That's all. But same strategy will work. Just again, Tokyo Open, it gets weird sometimes. So then sometimes structure looks a little weird. So yeah. But it's got to be a perfect setup at the right time. I would say now with the time change, when we end the stream, volume should be pretty dead. Volume should be pretty dead when we end the live stream. What I would say. But no difference in the strategy or the mindset. If anything, your mindset needs to be stronger in Asian session, because there are opportunities that present that are good, but you need to, if you're up for the day, is it worth risking it in Asian when you could wait for London and get a better trade? You know? So you really got to be really disciplined with the Asian session. Like to come to the Asian session for a whole week and sit there and watch it and see your setup happen over and over and not do anything. That's some pretty good discipline. So if anything, if you're going to come to Asian and you don't plan on trading, just practice your discipline, because then it'll be better for your session that you do trade. But yeah. Back GJ. Old GJ. GJ looks like it's going down. We created resistance. As long as this breaks, we should be fine. Let's see the 30 minute. I think we're clean on the 30 minute. Yeah, you're clean down to here on the 30 minute. We broke those lows. 4 minutes left till close. I think that looks, as long as this 15 closes bearish, I think you're good. Maybe if it closes underneath here, that'll be better. But ideally, a bearish close, I think you're still good, because your 30 minutes should close bearish, and then you should be solid. Because if you look, like if you close, you're under all these wicks. You're under everything. You got clean traffic, baby. So as long as this thing doesn't close bullish or doji, and ideally under this bullish candle, I think you're good. Hourly looks bearish too, so if your stop's above the hourly, that should work as well. And then that would also be above your resistance, so I think that works out. Sell resistance in a downtrend. Don't question it, just do it. But we're in Asian session and there's not much of a low created. So like here, if we sold resistance up top, see how we have this target down here. So then if we enter, let's say we enter up here, we can target 13, 20 pips, secure some profit, and then leave a runner. Where here, this bearish candle we have to here, which is about 3 pips, which this candle already touched. So the only issue with this one is this one created resistance and then it also touched the low. Same thing, if we create a support but we also touch the high, there's not enough expansion in those candles. But this does make sense in terms of just selling resistance in a downtrend. If it doesn't work out, maybe this was too tight of a range. Maybe you should have let it make a better low. But I think ideally, if you're going to do anything here, it should be sells or it should be nothing. I don't think there's any confirmation for buys here yet. Stop loss, I mean above that bearish candle, so like 135, 183. If it gets above there, I think the probability of it coming down are much lower. Yep. I think the sells we needed to be in, if we were in it, were up here. This candle closed or this candle closed, those were the sells we needed. This one is gonna you need a little burst of volume to come in. And that'll be the 4-hour close, so you might get it. You might get it. Okay, we got 2 minutes, we'll see what happens. See you later, pips. Have a good evening. See you guys tomorrow. Still got another 30 minutes. I'm gonna need more caffeine. London open 3 a.m. for Eastern, should be. I think London open for me is 1 a.m. now, if I'm correct.
Really? Is it?
Huh?
I thought it was at 2 a.m.
It usually is, but
Well-
we went back an hour, so I think it's 1 a.m. now.
Interesting.
Because Asian went back 1 hour too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
at
should
least
probably-
Central Time. I said these time changes, they always confuse me because some of them don't change and some of them do. So
Yeah, I think mine's changed as well. It's just
Yeah.
7 a.m.
oh yeah, because you're in the UK, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're an hour earlier too, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then, so what times? How many hours till it starts for you?
From now,
Yeah. Oh, an hour or how many hours in 1 minute?
5 hours, 1 minute.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 1 a.m. our time. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Yep.
When it first happened, it was so confusing.
Yeah, the time changes always mess me up.
Yeah.
Because like
And
when
it's
they
so
occur
cold here in the
'cause-
morning.
Yeah, because when they occur over by you guys, they don't affect our time. But when they
Oh.
change over here, it gets me all backwards.
Do they not always change over there?
What's up?
Does the time not always change over there?
No, because when
Where
you
you-
guys had your time change a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago or a week ago,
Yeah.
it was still 2 a.m. for London for us.
Oh.
And now that we've had a time change, now it changes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's probably
I
gonna
get you.
confuse me forever, to be honest. Ever stuff
Yeah.
like that, yeah. I don't know about those sells, guys. If you're in it, I think it looks. We close bearish, but we get above this bearish candle. Probability is much lower. How the 15 close. This just looks like it's ranging right now. I think the idea was good until this close. If you can get out at break even, I think that is your play. If it does fall and continue, I think that's going to be luckier. More of a lucky win than a well-planned trade. So now at this point, I think you need to be looking to manage your trade well. You know what I mean? So the trade idea made sense. Now we're closing against the direction we want to see. Now this is where you look to manage your trade. Exactly. We might not get the volume. It looks like we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 minutes. We've had 1 hour of price go nowhere. So now, just like we've discussed before, when we get this, what do we wait for? We wait for this, or we wait for this. Oh, that was bad, but we wait for that. And then we maybe re-enter. So if you can minimize, get out of break even, do it. That's what I would suggest. Do whatever you want. I would be looking to minimize this because this just looks like a range. It looks like it should continue, but you might get wicked out first. And if it does come up and make a resistance up here, you could always re-enter and have that be your trade once it's moving better, if it moves better. Remember, don't anticipate one candle to continue and make price move nicely like we were here. Let it start moving nicely, like here, we were moving nicely, so we continued to move nicely. So that's what I would do. You do whatever you want. It's your trade, your money. If you think it's still good, do your thing. I have been wrong before. 30-minute close bearish, so maybe that's enough. No, maybe we just wick fill. We did break the lows, so I think we could argue that both sides, but I think for the Asian session, in terms of volume and breaking these lows and continuing, I don't know how probable that is going to be. Who's apologize if I butchered it. When London goes back, if you're in the US, our time did not change. Lewis Hamilton. Is that from that Hamilton movie? If you're talking about the song. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. Yeah, just be careful of the volume. You might not get it. Like I said, if you can get out at break even and look to re-enter in a better position, I think you're going to be real thankful you did. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. I think we're one sub away from our stream boss as well. See you there, Diego. Have a good night. Any election update? Probably not. Like Trump is still up. He could flip Nevada. It's real close. Like 1.7, 1.3%. That could flip. I still can't believe he didn't win Wisconsin though. Yeah, if this was London, that would have smashed TP already. This candle would have been gone for sure. Or this one would have been down here, and this would be occurring 20 pips deeper. Yeah, London moves it much smoother. But structure's still respected. It's just sometimes it takes longer, and then you got to know when we run out of volume. You got to know when to get out. So this is kind of that indication. Start managing and whatnot. Better get that homework done. That's important. I mean, it could go down. I mean, if we look at the 1 hour too, we closed underneath twice. Closed underneath and we closed underneath, so I think it could go either way. Four hours bearish too. Don't want to get caught in any top wick or any lower high creation. Look at the EUR USD. That will be a $2 donation, please. Or you can send a chart for free. Up to you. Yeah, AJ sells. Looks like resistance here is winning out again. So same thing, just like we did an hour earlier. Resistance won. Probably didn't take it, but if you took it on this one, you won. You won. You won. You won. Resistance again. You won. Simple. Figure out the direction and sell the resistance or buy the support, and you'll be fine. It looks like it's probably 2-1 right there. You got in on the close. Okay, about a 5 pip risk. Yeah, you're almost 2-1 right there. That's over 1.5. Not bad right there. I think if you're watching GJ, if this pushes up and makes a resistance lower than here, you're good for some sells. Yep, no worries, A-Rod. All bums accepted here, brother. Yeah, but if you haven't got one and you want to just call it, I think waiting for London could be the best option. I think we got a lot of news tomorrow, yeah. So definitely gonna be waiting until this passes. Maybe not trading at all tomorrow. We'll see how, because it's pretty news heavy during my entire trading time. So looks like I got a gap from like 2:30, like 2:45 to 4:15, maybe something. Otherwise, it looks like after 4:30 till 5:30 will be my window.
Hey, Paul, so did Tokyo open around 6 today then instead of 7?
Yep, the 6th.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna call it a few minutes early. Doesn't look like much going on. If you're in this trade, manage it. Don't lose if you don't have to. AJ, if you're waiting on AJ, I think if we get another pullback and we get resistance again, respecting this resistance, that would be another good sell opportunity down to this clean traffic here. I think that looks good. Gold, I would say don't touch yet. Gold looks like a no-go on the 1 hour too. It just looks really confused. So that will be all. Thank you all for coming. If you're new, subscribe, like, comment. We'll be back tomorrow, and then Friday, as always, we will have our simulation. So I will see
Have a good one, bro.
you guys then.
Have a good one. Bye bye. See you around. Bye bye.
Later, bro. Yeah.
All right.
Is it,
See you,
bro?
Paul. Yep.